Hey, it's your boy the Ripoff Ranter, and today we're going to be making a video that isn't a ranter complaint. I don't know when the next one will be out, but you'll have it sometime. Anyway, this is a video where I go over a topic that there has been a lot of misinformation about, a lot of lying, and I just wanted to come out and clear it up because I actually do know the full situation. And that is the situation of Doug Watson versus Kikizilla. Best way to sum up this situation is two pricks going at it over something that really isn't that necessary, and then after it's done, one of those pricks decides to come out and lie about the entire situation. I don't think I need to elaborate which one I mean by that, and if I do, you'll see later. So let's get into the video. Now, to start off, I feel like I need to address exactly what the Dino Toy Forum is, as this is where this entire thing takes place. It's essentially what the exact name tells you it is. It's a forum where people talk about dinosaur toys. That is pretty much the gist of it. It goes from anywhere to paleo discussions, all the way to talking about their predictions for what Collecto will make next year. It's all that jazz, and that's pretty much it. However, sometimes on this forum, shit will go haywire and people will lose their minds. Now, what happened was this so-called losing their minds thing. It happened with Kiki and a paleontologist known as Doug Watson. And when you throw Kikizilla in the mix, especially with something losing their minds, the result is usually never good. Now, to anyone who doesn't know, Doug Watson works for Safari Limited. He makes a few of their toys, he's the sculptor for them, and he's also a paleontologist. So, you know this guy's pretty big brain. Now, this whole thing starts off when a few people are starting shit because they think Doug's sculpts are inaccurate, and Doug comes back with, "No, they very accurate, you know, do research." And to be fair, I can't really see anyone who provides any evidence for their claims whatsoever, so this is pretty reasonable at this point. You know, this is just some really big brain stuff, you know, it's not like it doesn't matter at all. No, we have to complain about this. Now, shit really hits the fucking fan right here when this guy makes a bold claim like, yo, Doug, you see this guy's video right here? Yeah, this guy's video, yeah. It calling your sculpts inaccurate, yeah? And essentially just had a big old complaint about it. And Dougie fired back with, boy? No, you stupid as fuck. And that's pretty reasonable at this point because, like I said, no evidence is shown for Kiki's claims whatsoever. Now this continues on a vicious spiral where Doug just decides to keep responding to these claims and pretty much just calling their bullshit on them. And reasonable, considering, like I said, most of them don't provide evidence whatsoever. However, then this asshole decides to butt in with his own shit, just essentially saying, "I'm very, very disappointed in you that you gave me a response that was negative." That's essentially what he says throughout it, just having a whine that Doug was being a bit mad that you guys didn't show some fucking necessary evidence, as if you didn't know what the goddamn word meant. So, you know, which, yeah, this is a very reasonable thing. I can see why someone would be mad about it. You're talking to a paleontologist saying his shit is pretty much a big fat fucking lie and giving no evidence for it whatsoever. Like, I can see why he's upset, and Kiki just has a big old complaint about that. Just, I don't know what it is with him, but when anyone says anything slightly negative, he takes it so far up the ass that he has to make a fucking paragraph about it. I don't know what it is about him, but that's just how he operates. And this just goes on and on and on with Doug just having a back and forth between it. And honestly, it's just shit. Spino Dud even gets involved, bringing up his own points, and honestly, it's just a big back and forth. Like, there's nothing to really go over here except they're having pretty much the equivalent to a kindergarten fight. Anyway, throughout all of this, as I've been saying, no one shows any evidence. Spino Dude and Kiki don't show anything to reference their point whatsoever besides keeping their word on it. And to be fair, Doug does the exact same thing, although he does give a reason to it, but although it's a pretty shit reason. Doug just states that if they're not going to show their evidence, he's not going to show his, which is about the logic of a 6-year-old, so no one's really right in this situation. But for someone who's getting the claim pushed onto them, I would indeed say Kiki is the one who primarily needs to show it more. However, same thing applies, I guess. they all need to show their fucking evidence, and no one fucking does until about, I don't know, an hour into this. Now, Doug just keeps going in and in on Kiki, just keeps replying to their freaking comments, just debunking them, or maybe I have no fucking clue. And everyone is just like, Kiki's just complaining more, Spino Dude, and did he go quiet at this point? Maybe, I have no fucking clue. But it's just a shit show, because no one pretty much shows any evidence whatsoever. The lack of evidence that is shown isn't good. And to top it all off, it seems just as everyone has had a very long night, and then they just saw some random argument going on, and they were like, it's 3 in the morning. I think I have the mental capacity to do this. It's just stupid as hell. Anyway, all in all, no one was really right in the situation. Doug and Kiki and Spino Dude both fucked up in their own senses. Kiki just being Kiki, and Spino Dude and Kiki both showing a lack of evidence, and Doug pretty much just a combination of being a prick and doing the exact same thing, showing a lack of evidence. So, all in all, I think that it was a good video, and I think that now it's summed up that no one was really in the right here at all. So, yeah. Wait, what? There's more to the story? Oh, God. Well, yes, it does in fact turn out that after this situation went down, there was a bunch of fucking lying going on within it, or over-exaggeration to an extent. Kiki numerously said on lots of live streams and just to people in general that would bring it up around him that he was completely in the right, or he did never mention that he was in the wrong at least, and just said that Doug was being a prick. Doug was not being a prick. I mean, he was, but not as much as it's brought up to be. Like, Kiki says, or makes it seem as if this guy is the fucking tyrant. This guy is fucking Hitler to him. And, no, that's not the case. It seems as if he was just a tired guy that was defending some of his works. It doesn't seem like that big of a fucking deal. But no, Kiki just brought it up as if it was a fucking manslaughter situation. And to add on to that, a little bit of Kiki hypocrisy came out of it as well.
I mean, after your crap with Doug Watson and you silencing more qualified people like Danny Ovinator, what the hell is that? I have to take your paleontology with a grain of salt. Oh, yeah. So you're one of those guys. Cool. Silencing Doug Watson. That's a great little statement there, because clearly you have not looked at the chat where that dude was being extremely disrespectful and not just allowing us to ask him where he's finding his sources for his inaccurate dinosaur models. So how about you check your sources first, then get your butt out of my stream. Thank you. Bye.
Now, there are several parts to this entire situation where Kikizilla is being incredibly hypocritical, so let's take it apart piece by piece.
Silencing Doug Watson.
Now, right here, Sketchy claims that Kikizilla silenced Doug Watson, and I'm not sure about how true that is, but I have no fucking clue. However, this is hypocritical by the fact that right after Kiki got done about his little rant on this, he silenced Sketchy. He hit him from his frickin' channel, which is a common thing he seems to do when anyone has a different opinion than him. He'll just get rid of them and ignore them, which is a terrible fucking method to do.
And not just allowing us to ask him where he's finding his sources for his inaccurate dinosaur models.
Now, if you've been paying attention throughout this entire video, you'll see exactly why this is hypocritical. Kiki, you cannot at all call out Doug Watson for showing a lack of evidence when you did the exact same thing. So did your friends as well. You refused to show pretty much any evidence up until the end of it. And your friend Spino Dude, I don't think he even showed any evidence whatsoever. And it's pretty much debatable at this point if what Doug deciding to show a lack of evidence was really even that good whatsoever. So, yeah, you can't call anything out on this when you pretty much did the exact same thing. Anyway, guys, I'm done. I'm done with this video. I'm probably going to go to bed now. So thank you all for watching, and fuck Bioniclesaurus.